everybody, happy Ostara. Hope that you are having a good spring equinox. It is March the 20th. I'm ready to finish up this Masterboard project that I've been working on for a few days now. I think that the approach that I'm going to take is, rather than just randomly whack it up, I want to identify some images that I want to keep intact, and then I will take the rest of the project and figure out ways to use it. I mean, typically when people do art, I like to use the art I make. I don't even know what that is, but I like for art to be useful and purposeful and have a little bit of usability when you have some artsy things going on. I do see some images that I want to keep intact. I really love this girl. I did do a little bit of white pen work yesterday with this project, and I really did enjoy the process of using the white pen and, defining some things here and there. I also did some more painting. I also worked with a little bit of ink. I just was having a really good time yesterday, and I did not film that process. Maybe the next time we do a Masterboard, I'll film the whole thing. That would probably be fun and nice. All right. I think over here, let's pull this down just a little bit so I can see what's going on. I did want to give you like a full view of it. Sorry, I'm making decisions as I'm talking to you. I think it's fine for me to use a pencil for just a minute, and we'll see. I did want to keep this intact. I'm going to pull this in at 8. Sorry, I still have that cough that I developed in January. It's so starry, so I'm hoping that it will be a little bit warmer. I do see that I would like to keep this image intact as well. So I'm going to pull this one in at 2 because I want to keep this and this intact. Sorry about the loudness. Chris is playing a game downstairs. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this right now. I think I'm just even okay. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do this. This is not like anything I've done before, so I'm hoping you'll just hang out with me until I can figure out what the heck I'm doing here. But that's art, right? That is creativity. That is, you never quite know what you're doing, do ya? I like it like that. But I have to tell you that I think one of the reasons that I love to crochet so much is that there's like an actual pattern, and you kind of know what you're doing. And I kind of, at times you want to, honestly, I think crochet kind of gives your brain a little bit of a break, if that makes any sense at all. I kind of love the way the paint is chipping up here. I think that adds like a really element of real interest to something like this. All right, let's make our first cut. So we do this. Hi, May. Mia thought she was going to hang out downstairs, and then she changed her mind. Okay, so we have this, and I don't know if I think I mentioned to you guys that this is a 12 by 12 back of a paper pad, and it just, the thickness of it really does work out. Okay, so we've got our first little, looks like art trading card size, so we'll just kind of set that over here, and let's go ahead and cut this up. I did, y'all, go back yesterday as well when I was playing up here And I restuck everything down with a bit of Mod Podge. And then covered the whole piece with Mod Podge. So there we go. I have a little piece right here. Now, to me, this is just like random bits and bobs. There's really no focal imagery right here. I can turn it like that. I'm not really seeing anything. Turn it like this. I'm not really seeing anything. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to set that one off to the side, and that will be something different. I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. All right, let's make another cut. I can see like this being a really interesting border strip, or I can also see that as, you know, we were talking about the embellishments, kind of the chippy-ish embellishments, you know, with a word or something up here. And I did cut out words when I was processing that last batch of paper. All right, so we'll cut this out. All right, now we kind of have ideas about what we want to do with this. So I can also see, you see where I did not get this tagged? Let's go ahead and fix that right now. Something that I figured out, y'all, is working on the shiny side of that paper pad was probably not the best idea. Then the next time we do this, which I'm kind of wanting to already do another one. So gather some papers, y'all, and let's kind of play along on the next one. Gather some papers and magazines, and we'll do another one, another Masterboard project really quick after this one. Oh, see, there's popping up right there too. Honestly, the best way to check for that is to kind of bow the paper. Oh man, I am so sorry, y'all. I'm making a huge mess here out of this little strip. There we go. So you kind of bow the paper, you know, and make sure that everything's sticking the right way. I think it was just because this strip was so small. All right, so we know what we're going to do with that. Let's see what else we got over here. You know, you don't have to stick to a rectangular shape either. You could, because this paper is the way it is, you could probably, you know, if you had some heavy duty punches, you could probably do some punching. I see, like, over here, I really don't have a lot going on. So I'm just going to go ahead. And cut this off. And we'll put it over here to the left. Because we might want to, you know, we could stack some things together and choose an image to go here. I really liked this image. So let's kind of cut that down. Of course, you can, I should have done this with a paper cutter, but I didn't. Okay. All right, now we got this. It's kind of fun because you're, you know, you're kind of like identifying things as you go along. For this one, I'm going to switch to a Sharpie. think I can kind of make that line pretty straight. This one, not seeing a lot here. So I'm just going to take that chunk right there. Now for this one, kind of want to keep it just like this. Lots of possibilities. Okay, so this one we have an image, so I'm going to put that one over here. This one, not so much, so I'm going to put that over here. This one, a definite image, put that over here. This one, not so much, put that over there. Now we've got this left. You guys know how much I like half faces. And I think that's maybe what I'm going to do here. I like half and half, not all together. Let me see how that would look. Yeah. I think that would be it. That seems to work. So I was able to utilize that beautiful face here and here as well. You can see right there. It leaves something to the imagination. When I wrote music, you always wanted to leave these spaces so the person listening could engage with the piece of music and kind of fill in the gaps. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we've got 6 1/4. So I think we're going to be about right here. Do this. Okay, I have a nice image going on here. So I'm going to put that over there. Because we do have just a half image going on here, which I love. I'm going to put this one over here. All right, now let's kind of look at what we have. And then what we might want to do is we could add words or phrases or quotes or part of phrases and quotes. Am I seeing that okay? I do have some words over here that I cut out when we were processing the magazines. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's the curve of the mouth is right there in that face, which is interesting to me. I'm just picking these things up, and this is so true. We are always the same age. Inside. No kidding. All right, I kind of like that. So let's go with that. And the next thing that we want to do is kind of just jazz up the words that we're using. And we'll do that. Just a Sharpie. And Chris is playing now. It's a whole lot easier, y'all, if you... I just got ahead of myself. If you're working with word blocks or word strips, the best thing to do, the easiest thing to do is to to take it and do this before you cut it out. But I didn't do that. Don't you love that? Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. It has to find you sitting at your desk. Okay. I think we'll finish these and call it a day for this part, and then I'll take this left stack that I have going on here and we'll do something different with that. You know, I think I am going to do this. What do you think? I don't know yet. So tell me about, you know, if you have started a project like this, if this is interesting to you, if you like this content. I'm really trying to give you guys content that you enjoy, content that inspires you, content that encourages you to kind of reach out and do your own thing. You know, we all don't follow the do your own thing, right? Make your own kind of music. Okay. There we go. We are always the same age inside. I'll be 65 in July. And I just really don't feel that. My body feels it. My body. Last night, we were watching Peaky Blinders. Have you guys watched Peaky Blinders? Wow, man. It's so good. And it was like... It was, I got up off the sofa, and did I not put anything here? Roots and wings, inevitable, discover, gaze upon your face. Oh, there we go, person. And I got up, and I tell you guys, my left ankle wouldn't work. Like I couldn't walk. I was like, what, man? We could probably have conversations for days about that. But you know, my head doesn't feel any different. Do you have this piece coming off? Again, next time we do this, I'm using this side, not the shiny side. The shiny side was really unpredictable. Kind of unpredictable, even when I used Mod Podge over it. I was still having a lot of issues with the paper coming up. This reminds me of my old grandma. Truly does. Just the way, the shape of the mouth. Bless her little soul. I remember her sitting. She only had like 1 or 2 teeth, and she was really old. She was my great grandma, Granny Sally. She was the most intriguing character. I just loved her. I loved going to her house. She had Coca-Cola in her fridge. She'd give you Coca-Cola. It was a baby Coke, what we called the 6-ounce Cokes. That was a baby Coke. That was really the best Coca-Cola that you could ever imagine. Oh my Lord. I broke the Coca-Cola habit about 8 years ago. But before that, I had an extreme addiction to Diet Coke. And my ex-husband called it Tammy's Elixir of Life. Because honestly, if I could not start with Diet Coke and a cup of coffee in the morning, I was not fit to be upon the earth. Coffee was a thing too. I mentioned that. I had this little sticker that I would put on my desk when I was an assistant teacher at school. And the kids would, you know, they always came up like first thing in the morning to ask you a bunch of questions. And I would say, do you see Miss Brackett's? I've had my coffee sticker on her desk. And they would go, no. And you could see them all like toddle off to their seats. It was just something funny. I was teasing with them, of course. But only halfway. Gaze upon your face. Now these, you know, turned out pretty big and chunky. Could probably put them in Happy Mail or something. I do see a couple things I want to do with this one to kind of highlight the white pen that I used. There we go. And I gave her a pearl necklace. I thought she looked really pretty with it. Just fancied her up a little bit. Discover. I think what I'm going to do here is just take this Sharpie and go around here. Kind of made that one stand out a little more. I would do these little pearl things, but I'm a wee bit afraid that I probably wouldn't get my lines straight. Probably this is, even though this is a fine point Sharpie, it's not quite that fine. You know, these would make even, you know, fun additions to like birthday cards and things like that. Birthday cards, Easter cards, Halloween cards, whatever kind of cards you got going there. It's time for my patrons to get their cards. I'll be working on that today. Thanks for your patience, patrons. You the best. Says inevitable. All right, now we've got the last one is roots and wings. So we did this kind of like, you know, we would chippies. They're just oversized chippies. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I really messed that one up. Let's choose this instead, which I really like. Inspiration exists. Okay, let's use part of that, right? Pablo Picasso. If you enjoyed this video and if it inspired you to maybe create a masterboard or carry on with the creation or start a new creation of your very own, think I'm just going to use inspiration. Then I would so much appreciate a thanks down there. There's a thanks tab. You can click that and I get 70% of whatever you bless me with. You can also, I've also put my Venmo down there, so and link to my Patreon site in case anybody's interested. Or you can buy me a coffee for $1, $3, or $5, which is so nice. Thank you, Leanne, for buying me a coffee. Thank you, my patrons, for your incredible support. There we go. So we've taken that big Masterboard and we cut it down into some small bits. We finished these as, you know, art trading cards or just little items to put into a happy mail. They're really quite pretty, you guys. So we got these done, and out of 12 we ended up with 5 big chunks like this. And now next video we are going to take these bits and bobs and turn them into, we're going to add some focal imagery here, and maybe even some sewing, or maybe put some buttons on them, or I don't really know. Well, but we've got lots of possibilities here. Isn't that great to go into an art project and to sit down at it and say, I've got no idea how this is going to happen, but I'm going to have fun with my creative process. I'm going to experience flow. I'm going to be the flow, and I'm just going to have a terrific time tapping into that creative energy that is so prevalent at this time of year, in the spring, at Ostara, at this wonderful season of blossom and bloom. You, my friend, can blossom and bloom perfectly. Use your art to make yourself happy. I'll talk to you soon, y'all. Bye.